Die.
Alright, I'm making this video to show you a few interesting details you may have missed in the Night to Remember quest where we hunt down Orianna. If you don't know what this is, it's a mod for The Witcher 3, which you can download from the link in the description. I also made a walkthrough with a bit of commentary on it if you're interested, but without further lollygagging, let's get started with the details.
You piece of shit, I'll kill you!
Alright, the first one is something I immediately tried to figure out, but sadly I failed miserably, and I was only able to uncover it with the help of the creator of the mod. So, you know how the Baron's sword glows when he's wielding it, with the blue lightning effect? Well, it's not doing it when he gives it to me for some reason.
No!
So I immediately tried to figure out how it works. The first thing I did was to put all kinds of rune combinations. Since the sword itself doesn't have any stats beyond the rune sockets, I thought it may be some kind of Diablo-style rune words, but it wasn't that. Then I even went to Margot's tomb. You know, the quest where the old ghost couple is arguing?
Disgusting!
Well, the woman's name is Margot.
Here lies Margot de Corentin.
Just like the sword.
Margot, I'm so sorry.
So I thought something might happen, but no. It turns out that the special power is activated automatically as soon as it starts raining. I must admit I did all my testing in Tucson where it doesn't really rain much, but as soon as I traveled to Velen, it immediately started glowing. And it's not just a glow either. You actually get a pretty decent buff during rainy weather. Fun fact is that the buff has 666 charges, probably a reference to the blade being cursed with sorrow or whatever the Baron said.
That's powerful, but cursed with sadness.
No need to worry about the charges though, because they do recharge the next time it starts raining, and 666 hits is actually quite a lot. Alright, the next thing is during the fight with Orianna. This took me a while to figure out because in my canon walkthrough, if you will, I sided with her and I fought the Baron. So I tried to see what happens if I run away from him during the fight, and I think there was a funny line from Geralt in response to the message that tells you to go back.
Shut up. I do what I want.
But other than that, the quest simply fails. So I assumed it's the same with Orianna. But it's not. It turns out that if you try running away while fighting her, a unique scene plays where she chases and kills you. I think that mist form point of view is from the Dettlaff fight, right? Anyway, before I move on to the next detail, I'd like to address something. Now that we're talking about the fight with Orianna and the Baron, a fair number of people had a certain complaint in the comment section of my walkthrough video, which essentially boils down to why can't we just let Orianna go and give the Baron his child? Why are we forced to fight him anyway unless we kill her? Well, the developer of the mod has responded to some of them, essentially claiming that the Baron would not be happy with the fact that you let Orianna go, and a perfect ending would not fit the world and the setting of The Witcher, and I'd like to give you my brief thoughts on the matter as well. Generally, I agree with both the critique and the response. I agree that there should have been an option to at least suggest that Orianna is a changed woman maybe, and that the Baron should just take his son and move on. You know, live and let live, if that's the proper expression. And then, perhaps he would have disliked that and chosen to challenge you to a duel anyway for sparing Orianna.
That a threat?
I challenge you to a duel. You and I.
And ultimately the outcomes will be the same. There will still not be a perfect one, but you will have the ability to role-play the situation to your personal preference.
Yes, there are always more important things.
Okay, the next detail is once again about the fight with Orianna, but this time in case you kill her. After the final cutscene following her death, you can spot the doll she was looking at next to her dead body, and even interact with it briefly.
Sorry it had to end this way.
Another curious thing here, which is almost impossible to notice if you just play the game normally, is that the doll closely resembles the one Orianna is holding during the Night to Remember trailer. I truly appreciate the effort of whoever modeled this doll, unless the asset already exists in the game. I'm sure the developer will let me know. And finally, I'll give you 3 more details which I already mentioned in the walkthrough, but that one's pretty long, so if you haven't watched it already, let me quickly go over them. First off, the sword of the Baron is actually a replica of Geralt's sword in the Netflix show, specifically in the later episodes when he attaches Renfri's jewel to the handle.
Silver is for monsters.
Next up, again about the Baron, you know how you meet him next to the ancient amphitheater? Well, the place is cursed, and there is a side quest you can do there. Now, if you haven't done it and start Night to Remember, the NPCs will acknowledge the fact that the place is haunted, and you'll even get a side objective to investigate it in addition to looking for Orianna.
Something wicked here. It's in the air. I can smell it.
You're not wrong. We've heard some strange sounds. In that direction, by the amphitheater. I told my men to stay away from it. It'd be nice if you could have a look.
See what I can do.
I really like this bit because it tries to integrate the mod with the rest of the game and the rest of Blood and Wine.
I couldn't pay so much even if you were King Radovid.
And finally, if you read Orianna's diary, she mentions how the boy liked this place, however he was attacked nearby by giant centipedes. Apparently she killed most of them, but tore one of her favorite dresses in the process. And the entry ends with Orianna suggesting that she should look for a tailor. And you can indeed find a new, or perhaps a newly repaired dress inside the house, which, by the way, is the exact same one you can find in her old mansion. So it ties neatly into her original quest from Blood and Wine. Additionally, there are also a couple of giant centipedes still roaming the shore nearby. I'm honestly not sure if these creatures are there by default, but regardless, it's a neat little detail once again. Okay, I'm recording this part a little later because I ended up making a poll on my community page to check if you guys can see these centipedes without the mod installed. And it does seem that they're always there, so the mod apparently adjusted the story to fit this particular location, which is still a good thing. Alright, with that, I believe we're done. Let me know what you thought of everything and make sure to check the mod itself. And in the end, I'd like to thank all the people involved in the mod's creation once again. I felt so honored when a whole bunch of them contacted me after posting my walkthrough. The creator and the voice actor for the Baron came over to my Discord. By the way, it turns out that the Baron is the same person who made my Triss overhaul mod. You know, the one with the optional tattoos. The voice actress for Orianna, as well as some of the other side actors, also posted comments on YouTube, and it was just wonderful. You guys have done a great job, and I'm looking forward to more if you have any plans. Alright, that was all. Thank you very much for watching, stay tuned, and be good.